funny how we spent so much.
Too much.
Almost $70,000.
Whoa.
On campus.
I wish I had so deep that lot. It's not working.
Yeah.
It says live at the top.
Let's hide my face from
Yeah, but it says off live stream off stream.
There's a delay.
Delay shouldn't be that long. There we go.
Humans vs. zombies.
Oh,
Did we finish top coverage?
yes.
Yes, we did. All right. Humans versus zombies.
About 40.
I have like they use the squiggler before. That's stuff in my mind. It's a Korean punctuation. So they're requesting $20 for dineware and $180 for food and drink. This is for their zombie bash, if I remember correctly. Are there any objections to $20 for dineware? Hearing no objection.
No.
And then $180 for food and drink. Any objections?
I was supposed to estimate that when they put the split in 40.
We're just going to assume for. Any objections to the 180 for food and drink? Hearing no objections.
For zombie bash.
They have three parties. Pre-party 1 and pre-party 2.
Pre-party.
Funny memes before first stage music.
These are not listed as general quantities.
They are not general life
Do they function as general body needs?
games. No.
It seems like
I mean, would you consider like
food before the people that are going to participate in the event.
Yeah, it doesn't seem.
So what this event is that every year they do it, they have 2 week-long things for zombies. So their general body meetings are typically Wednesdays and Thursdays. They do a meeting beforehand and then they get to the game and they play the game. But they have weeks where they do a whole week-long challenge where the game essentially lasts for 1 week. And this is an event prior to that, which would not only be giving information about the week-long, but also just simply some relax, get to know each other. That way they know not to shoot the wrong people during the week. Are there any objections to $10 for dineware?
After all this thing.
There are no objections.
We
Uh,
$1.
I should bring this back. For zombie bash, they have $20 for rush materials. Are there any objections to that?
what is
I'll negotiate right now.
and this is previous year's expenses?
It says take down the bed. I don't know.
Like I don't know if that
Yeah.
It means that they're renting the same stuff that they rented last year, so
Okay.
guess
Yeah.
it's the same price.
Yeah, it's
Any objections to the $20?
fine. It's all good. For all different.
Alright. And there were no objections to this. Are there no objections to fully funding the next pre-party? That's basically the same as the first one. Hearing no objections. And no offense specs. So, Humans vs. Zombies is fully funded. Jewish Learning Connection. This is for a meet and
So
a meeting.
always when I said that.
Are they gonna serve like meat? That'd be so cute. If I was
Don't know if that's intentional or not.
That's intentional.
Okay.
So that's recruitment.
It appears so.
And then the second one is twice a week classes.
Does it constitute general law? 2 days. So it's twice a week classes are not listed as GBMs, so to speak. At least they report as GBM.
What are they asking? I think the food question is like, is it essential that food be like that? How does it contribute to the event? Those are the questions they asked.
Yeah.
And so they're gonna be, sorry. So they're gonna be taking someone to help pay for food from their phone carrier.
They are using top carrier over here or something. Alright, are there any objections to finding $60 for dining room? There are no objections. Are there objections to funding $900 for food? Now, here's the question I'd like to posit to you all. They're estimating attendance of 20 per week, but it being twice a week. Do we want to have our food number be based off the 20 for the single given week? Or should we just assume how many amount of weeks that they have? Tyler, yeah.
How is that not like a general, like it's per
They indicated it was not a general body on their floor. So we're under the assumption that it's not, they have a separate general body for the other week, that this is separate from. And a lot of these issues will be clear once we have our meetings lists in place, because then we can kind of go out and just ask them generally, and then kind of determine what events are general body meetings, which ones aren't. But for now, we can only work on the information they give us. So any objections to funding the $900 for dinner?
So twice a week and the tower of well, then it's around.
This is twice a week classes, estimating 20 undergrads per week.
So 20 times 15.
So there's what, how many classes in a semester?
Well, there's
Or how many weeks?
16 weeks. 15 weeks.
So 20 times 2.
Well, they said 20 times twice a week. Well, they said 20 per week.
20 per week.
Oh, 20 times 15 is 300.
So, we fall within. Then also we're counting extra lectures, potentially the same people. And I don't know how to do it.
What's your outfit? And then,
We do.
If it was 16, we could be 331. 16 weeks this semester.
if it's like a conference, you don't get to every conference.
There's one that, but it's really like, it's a little extra. It's not like they have to do that. No, it's not like a, oh, class. It's a class format. Yes.
So, if we wanted to fund food, 240 would be the max we could have funded. But the options remain on the table, either funding it at the max would be 240 or just not funding it at all. So we're gonna do a vote. All in favor of not funding at all, please raise your hands now.
But how is 240 per week?
It'd be 12 for the last round, so that's 20.
Did you hear the vote?
20 individual teams, you can theoretically.
That is type, that comes right to, oh,
I think we see.
Yeah.
All in favor of not funding it at all, zeroing it out, please raise your hands now. All opposed? Zero food and drink, and because we're zeroing out food and drink, we also want to zero out dining ware as well.
Well, would they
Because they could try and get food and drink elsewhere.
They are
like-
putting their money towards their own food. Did somebody say that?
Yeah, I did,
Yeah.
okay.
So you still want to zero out dining room now?
No.
Good.
We're going to zero it out.
Alright. So if you vote all in favor of zero out dining room, please raise your hands now. All opposed? You vote. Alright, so we'll be staying since. Anti-Semitism event. Costing $6 in audio visual. They put anything in there. In the meantime, they're requesting $20 for common vision materials. Any objections? They're also requesting $10 for diningware and $200 for food or drinks. I'm gonna kind of pair those up. Are there any objections to those two together? No objections?
Is this the movie night?
No, it's.
Anti-Semitism.
When is it? Did they do it?
Really, to be asking for dates these days.
You know, I should have a, document of
edits.
Could you put that in your minutes?
Yeah, and also she has a
You guys have any keeping minutes, right?
Yeah.
They have lunch alarms on the calendar.
How are your minutes?
And then they have zombies.
Movie night's in here, but we did not do it yet.
Scott, can you make a note of changes for next semester?
They don't have this for they don't have this movie night and like, I think this one is the night
Alright. Yeah, so for the note that would be like dates for the events and then also just a section for the title of the event. This is the action of that. Alright, well then are there any objections to funding their audio visual for $60 as is? There are no objections? Hold on, 3 seconds. Sorry for blocking you. Alright, moving on to movie night. Yeah, so here.
Vote.
Alright, you can tell us already, but it's not right. Are there any objections to funding ECSDs as is? Here, no objections. Requesting $20 in, requesting $20 in common vision materials. Any objections? Here, no objections. Got $10 for diningware and $70 for food and drink. Any objections? No. Here, no objections. Alright. Total is going to be 60 plus 290 plus 150. K-pop, alright. K-pop dance play. They're requesting funds for a dance showcase. Can you check on ECSC's for the KZ dance showcase?
This is the event that Potter was collaborating for. Just so This one?
Yeah, K-pop collab.
Yeah.
Oh.
They had 3 days left in there. They continued to keep up with us.
They wouldn't be requesting BCS, or how average would request BCS.
Yeah, no, it just did the food during. Yeah, they have, the recital hall booked for it, till December 8th.
Yeah, that would.
House Members Club, they're allowed, they requested $25 for competition.
For what? $20?
So they're doing separate.
Well, KDC is requesting $200 for their competition materials. Are there any objections to that? Any cuts you guys want to make?
I don't have anything to verify. They are having it in the recital hall, so they would need ticket staff, it would probably need security.
They would need to do staff as
They would
well.
need AV.
Alright, so there's two motions on the table. For one is fully funding accommodation as if, 200 together is funding them at 175. This is a trial 25 we gave town average. So, all in favor of funding 200, please raise your hands now. All in favor of funding 175. Alright, 175. As for ECS fees, with the exception of campus life operations fees, since I don't really know what to have, we just have to, there's not going to be anything. There are intentions to fully funding striking campus life operations, fully funding ECS fees as is. Objections? Alright. And they have no on-campus events, so Scott, total for KT is gonna be 1,100. Limited aid for the children. Wait,
I'll double check, but they might be
I'll be used.
something that does. They are restricted funding.
Let me double check why. Not that it really matters, but in case anybody wants to know why, I think they have dues.
The Unique chapter of Alice's Lemonade Stand
They can,
Foundation.
and then they become underfunded.
Sorry.
It's UMBC's chapter of Alice's Lemonade Stand Foundation. Their goal is to raise funds and awareness for childhood cancer so that they can inspire students to make an impact by supporting cutting-edge biomedical research and aiding kids.
Hope they have a permit for that.
Okay, so they've officially removed their dues and they are, it was approved, so they're good.
So they're no longer limited funding.
Correct.
200 in giveaways for shirts.
I just have to change that one document because a lot of, right.
All in favor of striking recognizing giveaways? Another tractors. 100 for 100 for common visual materials. Any objections?
No.
ECS fees as is, which is $50. 30 for audio visual, 20 for the room rental. Any objections?
Tim said they removed it.
Yeah, I think they have an overall, like chapter due, but they don't make the individuals pay it.
All right. $30 for diningware and $100 for food and drink. Are there any objections? Hearing no objections. So lemonade for the children is going to be getting $280. LGBTQ student union. This is for their fall formal. Can you check on KCSBC? 120 times 12 is 1,800, correct? Someone can confirm that.
What?
120 times 12.
120?
Yeah, 120 times
1440.
1440. Alright, max take request for food and drink is 1440.
Let's see what- Their setup fee they have is 140.
Setup is 140.
AV 550.
They requested 400.
Yeah, I'm just putting in the numbers that she's saying.
Security 200. Marketing 200. Housekeeping 370. Ticket staff 225.
Where's the event being held so that the room rental fee is $1,500?
The event center.
Anywhere that's possible.
This is the bar.
You see bar.
Yeah.
So as we know, there's no fee for that, is there?
Yeah, I don't know where they're getting that.
I
I wonder if it's
For instance, you can
those
get
numbers
private.
added up together.
No, because these numbers
No,
add up together
that's even
equal
less than that. I don't
14.
know where room rental fee would come from. So,
I'm double checking for it just to.
Alright.
yeah, something you paid for.
Switching.
Oh, wait, hold on, what is this? Oh, no, that's right.
Switching AV to 400 since the total requested and to security 170 since the total requested. Setup is 140 because that's what the actual amount is. Ticketing staff is 0 since the requested. Room rental.
But they did say that they're, for, I guess they're having tickets for non-UMBC staff need tickets.
They would still need ticketing staff because it's an event, so those would be the staff that just like scans it. Because even if your ticket's free, you still have to have a QR code to get in.
Yeah.
And yeah, so. Room rental fee. Is there a cost for renting the ballroom?
No, but I messaged Brett just to double check that 1,500 is a random number.
Alright, they're requesting $250 for common vision materials. Large package.
Yeah, it is their largest event, right?
Yeah.
For the year.
Are there any objections to fully funding their common vision materials?
No.
They have a $500 contract.
Yes.
Alright, everyone okay with approving the contract? Cool. They're requesting $350 for decorations. Are there any objections to the decorations?
No. Everybody will pay attention eventually.
No, they're handling the minute meeting, that's the part. I just want to make sure that everyone has a chance to put it in before I put it in over here. Food and drink, max we can fund is $14.40. Are there any objections to fully funding drinks and food? No objections. Whoops.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We got it.
Alright, next event is LGBTQ bingo. Requesting $100 in audio visual. Any objections?
No.
$25 in common vision. Any objections?
No. Is this centered on the merchandising giveaway though, for the prices of the thing?
I was gonna sort this out.
Yeah. Okay. This is like the first
This. Yeah, notice this is bingo. Yeah, prize is given away and bingo.
That's probably supplies.
Yeah. So, yeah, alright, any objections to see already have merchandising giveaways, because it looks like it's all prices.
Zero.
Britt responded, and she said that that is a random number, and that no room on campus, just for our future reference, costs more than $25 for a rental fee.
Alright then. I'm okay with zeroing out the $1,500 room rental fee.
So it costs
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than 25, you said?
It won't cost any more than $25.
Yeah, but the ballroom has no cost associated with it.
Unless you get into the event center, then that might cost you $1,500.
Correct.
It costs you $10.
That, no one is going to be staying there.
They can do that what Okomo because of
That's the two.
Yeah, we better. Alright, decorations $30. Any objections?
$30, send it.
Hearing no objections. Alright. LGBTQ 101 panel. 100 audio visual. Any objections?
Sounds good.
Is there an $11 marketing package for Common Vision?
It's like
I
a
mean, you just don't
printed
pay-
color
You don't have to
pages.
pay a package.
You could, if they want quarter cards.
Alright. Any objections to the $11 Common Vision materials?
No.
Not mad about this
The last two look fine as well. Not saying anything is the second one.
Trans 101 panels requesting the exact same thing. Any objections to fully funding? Or funding has the exceptions to it?
Huh. President's phone number changes.
Intersectionality panel is also requesting the same amount. You okay to approve as is? Cool. Alright, Scott,
I'm ready.
111
Yes.
plus 111
Yes.
plus 111
Yes.
plus 155,
355.
155.
Oh.
It's total 155, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus 3,620.
Mission completed.
Good. Linux users group.
Wow. I deleted the comment.
And the Linux users group is requesting $40 in room rental fee, which we just established is
One thing.
nothing.
So
So
you wanna do 25?
that's the question, do we wanna do 25 or do you wanna find out, do you have
What?
information on where this test
Or
might be?
with it-
Linux users group.
I don't think that it would be a room big enough. That's the estimated attendance is 5 people.
5 people?
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I can think of that would actually be like 40 is if they're doing like 80 or something like that, and they just put it in the wrong place. But room rental fee is,
Yeah, that's fine.
I can actually see them prior to doing that, because they need to place with computers.
Linux.
I don't think there's
So-
4 to 5 people.
Are there any objections to fully funding room rental fee for the $25 max it could be? Remember, anything that they don't use comes right back to us.
You don't have anything confirmed.
Alright, so our two options are $25 for room rental fee or $0 for room rental fee. So all in favor of $25 for room rental fee, please raise your hands now. All in favor of $0 for room rental fee, please raise your hands now. Alright. Oh no. Oh. Oh no.
Controls it.
Requesting $50 in color vision materials. Any objections? Hearing no objections.
This is, just so I understand what this event is, not what I'm from. It's like bring your computer to them so they can install Linux.
They'll teach you how to install Linux.
Oh, right.
What
Okay.
are that?
That's,
Linux
you
is
should
an
go to
operating
Linux
system
Fest to find out.
for computers.
She
So
is just-
I
like iOS.
yeah, so you guys work last we work off of Windows. Linux is a third party open source.
I am now educated.
I'm like, is this?
You'll find how programs use it. Alright, $60 is the max they can request for food.
For 5
Well-
people. So they put 5 people, but
I think it's actually 5 people
we're installing.
who are
So
installed.
there's 5 people in the club, or like, there has to be at least 5 people in the club. Because if people are other than like
So they're just getting food for themselves, not for the people that are.
No, it says,
Huh?
both as an incentive for people to come as well as to hold them over while installs take place. However, it will be items gathered from local grocery stores.
Oh, so it's more than only like the private vendors.
I can't order from local grocery stores.
I mean, they can go over that.
That's great.
Oh, we had a thing with FIFA, or that's just for ourselves.
Yeah, there's a minimum order.
Of $60.
Oh, is it? Perfect.
So you
They
can steal
can
it.
do
But,
the
yeah.
That is the local grocery store.
It's just in this one allocation.
So, are there any objections to fully funding the $60 for food? Hearing no objections. What do they list for their $11 of printing materials?
Our event will, our event will require table and chairs to help with setting up Linux for the users. Our rental materials consist of those two items, approximately $6 for the tables and $5 for the chairs.
ECS.
What's ECS fees?
Yeah.
Listed under rental materials, but
I
I really
can
didn't really
see
make
how
it
they-
clear.
They're renting.
Yeah, they are renting. Alright, so we definitely need to allow changes to these forms. But are there any objections to funding rental materials for $11? So, Scott, 121.
Wait, hold up. I'm putting notes. 121.
Yep.
Alright, so make an other category. Alright, clarify what should I write for the notes, how to fix that one, so that mistake is not made.
Which one?
Group like make a separate column ECS fees for things they're renting out from the school. And we'll differentiate that from things that just.
And where is this note?
Maybe you could just take out
Finance
things like
board.
operations fees and put that there.
Yeah, we'll make that.
Group being set up. Let's make it address.
I think we'll
I'll make
create
fun of my-
descriptive headers for you,
my
so that there'll be like a sheet.
As long as they're not
setup
dumb
means, setup means
fans.
this, and this. Yeah. What is security? Security is commercials.
A good info handout type of thing.
Alright.
Did you find this?
It's under summary.
Yeah.
Great.
Major definition.
Is major definition. They're requesting $550 for an East Coast dance competition. Major definition is a limited funding organization. They have trials.
And it's an off-campus though, so it's.
Wait, what makes an organization funded?
It's limited funding if it's not available to all UMBC students. So clubs that have dues, clubs that have select membership, sororities and fraternities, for example, you have to pledge to the engine. You can't just join it. Therefore, it's a limited funding organization. Clubs that have trials, such as kleptomaniacs or major definition, since not everyone can inherently be a part of it, we can't inherently give them funds.
Now, the caveat with that is, say Kleptomaniacs is doing a concert and everyone is welcome to come, right? That has historically been funded,
Yeah.
because it's something they're doing for everybody else. But like, this
If they wanted
is,
to do like a meet and greet, or if they wanted to do a competition, like outside, or a general body kind of thing.
Yeah. Also, another good example of something that always gets funded by limited, well, I don't know if they even put in for it. One of the sororities always does the haunted house, and it's free to everyone, and that has been funded historically too. I think that's one of the only Greek events that actually gets
Yeah, that's one of
sent
the
into
only-
finance board.
I got Yeah, you're.
You got spooked?
Yeah, it was
Spooky.
Spooky boy. Literal spooky.
okay, anyway, back to
Alright,
this.
so East Coast Dance Competition, they're requesting $500 in registration fees and $50 in travel costs.
So if it's a limited funding organization, then they're sending people to EDC, or ECs. I don't think we fund it.
Did you consider dog collar under funded or restricted?
Well, it
It's
doesn't
open
matter,
everybody,
it's
so-
everybody.
It's a
Because they're
performance
listed
fee.
as restricted, but I've had conversations with them and they didn't even know that stuff was in their constitution, so they just needed to edit their constitution.
Are you looking for their off-campus?
Yeah, so they don't have it.
Well, we're sending a limited funded organization off campus, so I think we just don't fund that kind of work. Because you have to be a member to go.
Yeah. I just want to see if they did submit anything or not. And they did not, so. All in favor of zeroing out, since it's a limited funding and off campus, so it won't be available for those.
Yeah, they didn't, I mean, I think that the first one is, they didn't submit.
Yeah, they did submit. They're off campus, not. So. We can still give them hope. Alright, major debt, 0. Mama's boys.
Also,
The boys. You crack a cold one open in one yard, open a milkshake in the other, which the boys don't.
They're being avocado.
Yeah, he's been saying. How'd you know? Alright, $435 for ECS fees for Mom Voice Falls concert. Can you check on that? In the meet? They don't have it.
I'm ready for it.
They don't have anything. Alright.
Wait, what's their contract for? How long?
What?
Yeah.
the contract.
It's a contract.
A sound producer for $600.
Alright, we have any objections to funding for this sound producer?
We do not fund things that can be given by ECS and excess.
Do they have this sound producer like contract on file with ECS?
They haven't requested this in the time that I've been here. Yeah, so. This is a new request. And if you remember last time when we met, Britt explained the external production fee to us. So like, which is what this 155 audiovisual is on here, external production. So it's like, they're saying they're gonna bring somebody in from the outside to do their sound, but if that person doesn't show up, ECS still has to take care of it, right? So it's sort of this like backup fee for them. So if you don't fund the $600, they're still gonna have sound. It's in their budget.
Well, they don't, under contracts, they say no, so.
So they have external production for 155, security for 120, taking staff for 135, and room rental fee for recital hall is 25. So all of those are covered. And then the external sound is a $600 contract, which is.
They just put no, they put yes under entertainment contract.
Will there be any contracts?
It says we will be contracting our external production, sound management, and equipment to a UMBC alum.
So up to you, how you.
Oh. Entertainment contract, but I'm not.
Yes, it says will there be any contracts for UMBC students, right?
Yeah, if you're planning on paying your entertainer, speaker, dance group, photographer, must include entertainer contract. So I think they might have messed up where to place it, but.
No, they put it the right place. Because the first question
Yeah,
is, are there any contracts for UMBC students?
Yeah, it's not a student, it's an alum.
There's a lot. So they put it right. Do you need another check? Yes.
Alright. So, first of all, are there any objections to funding standard ECS fees as is? Sans contract. Hearing no objections. Oh. Alright, next question is on the contract. I'll leave it to the board to vote and kind of proceed on this, but are you guys willing to fund? Make sure you don't sign a contract. Thoughts or discussion points? Scott, I know you guys have to say.
I'm looking at our budgetary section.
Thanks.
had this event and they used internal sound. And their fees were $541 for audiovisual, which is more than what they asked for, in terms of audiovisual, but that's like it's shifting where that goes. So I don't know. I'm just, that's just sort of a point of information, is that last year they did this event, their ECS audiovisual fees were $541. They're asked to bring in, but they're asking to contract out sound and production for $600. Which is still go cost, right? Makes, but I think that they would, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're not saying they can't get off-campus sound, you're saying we're not gonna fund it. That's what's on the table. They could still get it, if you decide not to fund it. So, that's the question.
What was the total cost? So it's like,
Because they're not putting technical security in here. And they didn't do the hard fund analysis.
I would say no.
No, they did do security.
Oh, yeah, sorry. The marketing package. Yeah, so I guess the conversation is, do you want to fund a contract for service that ECS can provide?
Any discussion points?
Oh,
Because this will be a board adoption, and this will be setting the precedent for what to do from this point forward.
I didn't find anything in our guiding documents, but I don't think we should fund services in excess of what ECS can provide.
I do want to bring up, this just popped into my head, that with the haunted house, historically, those are contracts that have been funded, correct? Okay. So it's not, so even though this specific contract hasn't, been something we've seen with limited funding groups in the past, finance board last year with the haunted house has funded contracts.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Oh, no, I was just, that we have seen limited funding contracts with board events with
All right. You guys ready to put this to a vote? Do you want any more discussion on this, John?
I'm like, it's not the same exact service, right?
it's licensed sound.
I'm ready to vote.
really special.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you whether or not it was the same service or not. I suppose that's for you to exercise your vote.
Yeah, this would especially, it's just my,
So, we're moving to a vote at this point. All in favor of not funding this contract, please raise your hand now. All in favor of funding this contract, please raise your hand now. All right. Please make note of the vote tally in the meeting minutes, and we will be not funding the next one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1.
So the mileage was we funded at $435.
Yeah.
435?
Yeah.
That's what. All right, Model UN. Grit month.
That's the cost of 250 t-shirts from custom.
T-shirts are Sahas, zeroing it out.
And the cost of their website domain for 12 months.
Okay, bundle it together.
This event will be posted in the spring of 2020.
Zeroed out.
There you go.
On campus one.
Yeah, this is the club that requested for the spring and the fall.
It was just the website and t-shirts now have it set up appropriately for the conference.
Well,
You could always set up a website that's for free
Yeah,
and
so
then buy the domain.
do they have a split in the
Later.
cost between t-shirts and websites? Like, do we have dollar values, or did they just say?
Yeah, it just says event, like Scott said, the event is in the spring of 2020, but we are requesting funds for t-shirt and website now so we can have them on time to set up appropriately for the conference. The t-shirts will be used for marketing and advertising.
I'll be abstaining from this.
Yeah.
This came up as being requested for like the fall. You know.
Yeah, I'm not funded
Just saying
t-shirts,
that I would
but
prefer something that's not happening.
So is this the conference that's happening here?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's
called-
happening here, but
because
it's happening in the spring.
Because it's called,
but this is to get the t-shirt posted now. T-shirts are soft, so we're zeroing that out.
so it's just
Like
a
a
website.
website cost.
That would
Like,
just be
there's
those
like a
costs,
big
which we don't
website.
know. Is Lillian working today?
She may be, why?
Let's see if she knows how much the website costs.
One in website domain raised by like, I don't know exactly what kind of service, like you're just asking for a domain.
Oh, no. The department's gonna fund the website. She said something about a few days ago.
Cool, $0. Any objections? Beautiful. Off campus. They're requesting $3,800 for lodging and $3,000 for registration fees.
There is $150 cost for UMBC students.
The students are being charged.
Where, hold on, where's the,
Two things.
the queue?
This is for members of the club. And there is talk about this being accredited class under the political science department, so our
This
schools pay
currently
for their
accredited class is Holly 331.
So should the department pay for it?
Considering that their attendance listed is as, quote, we have an application for registered members, but they're based off the quality of their essay answers, unquote. So it is technically open to everybody, but they have an internal selection in terms of who gets picked, and I don't trust bias. But
Wait, if they have internal selection, how's it not a limit on the organization?
This, all of these are
It's,
selection based on.
It's to go to the conference, it's a selection base. Is
but
it-
anyone can apply.
Yeah.
Whereas for other conferences, it's been only members of said club can even apply to be in the selected group. That hypothetically, they also have to write a great essay, and then you guys just have.
I mean, like, with the, what was it, major definition, right?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so they're just to be in the group period, they have to try out. But this is, Mama UN is open to everyone, but for the specific conference, it
Okay.
is an audition process.
So I like,
Selection process.
just in the end, major definition, you have to audition, you don't have to audition, writing this to be on.
So, does that make sense? And is this just for one conference?
Yeah.
This
Where
is for
is
the
it?
DC.
No, DC conference, which is why their travel costs aren't zero.
Wait, it says DC, they want 4K in lodging?
Where is the,
You should know that,
It says it's in Crystal City, Virginia.
that would be around Melbourne, so
Yeah.
probably 50, but you would want to.
I mean, you can take the train.
I know that last time I tried it.
You could.
Actually, yeah.
If you went,
Can
you
I
could,
have another person plus Scott check this distance? Because last time this
Instead of
happened, it
just
was a
checking
straight
this-
shot.
instead of just taking displays, then you
It's
just check
38
like.
miles.
well, so where is it?
Crystal City is right outside of,
Crystal
like,
City.
essentially right outside of
No, that's
DC.
just flying there. So, hopefully, like, hold on.
At the airport?
It wasn't me.
Hold on. Ready? Right.
Can we get the two addresses and driving distance, please?
Oh, so it's 30 miles. Yeah.
I told you. I was
You're
in
right,
math.
you're
I
right,
was in
you're right,
math,
you're
so it's
right,
on.
you're right, you're right.
38.9 miles.
Good job.
So yeah,
That's
so
why I was
you
like, what do you
wouldn't
mean for
like
like?
lodging for that.
Yeah, so lodging costs are gonna be zeroed out due to regulations.
See what happens.
I will hear.
No, but Scott, you were wrong on.
I was
That's
right
way
last
off.
time.
Okay, zero for lodging.
Registration fees.
What is that conference called, or?
National Mambo United Nations -DC.
I still think that we yell at saying to do the policy application.
Oh, yeah. In the future, I would be very happy not funding this at all, simply because if they're accredited class, then we're essentially, our choice in whether or not we fund this could be the deciding factor of someone's grade, which should not be happening in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, so there are a few intellectual sports like that. And so this would just run across the board.
This would be for Mono UN, this would be for Mock Trial, this would be for Move Court. Ideally, if the departments are making accredited classes, the department should be paying for them. For the student's grade should, and I'm not counting this with STEM, but should not be dependent on that.
No, the registration fee is, does it say?
It says that there's a student charge of, what, $150?
So they're already paying $100.
Yeah, you should pay $100 and then
So,
$347.
so, I don't know how they do that. So there's a $195 per school registration, and then there's a $95 delegate fee.
32 delegates. I'm gonna do the math for 32 delegates times which is 150, is that the requesting from each student?
But then there's also a $60 per person facility use fee for people who don't make the tellers.
I remember this from
But
last
then
year.
it says local delegations are exempt from this fee. Would they not be considered a local delegation?
Well, it's Centership.
Yeah, I'm still with it.
Yeah, we're still,
Are we?
So 32 times the 150 is 4,800, which is more than the registration.
What's 95 times?
5 times 32 is
That's
that.
what it is. So it's $95
so it's coming for head costs.
per head cost. Yes.
Then where are the requesting from students?
I don't know if any,
For travel.
it says in the example something that it's not cookies.
With the 150 also count for
Willie ahead, please come here.
We were calling in officers.
We're not, they need to provide clear data and enforcement.
No special treatments.
No.
Well, so the registration fee is $3,000, that's what it is. Maybe they're doing the travel cost, like. or-
travel, lodging, registration, that have popular deals with that.
I don't know.
All it says is how they got that number is based on costs, past costs for this event, so it doesn't say if that's related to
So-
food, to,
Is the 150 going towards the travel costs?
You know, like, I don't know. That's the question.
Well, we can't even vote yet.
Hey! Scott too. Scott too.
It's got to do
I said Scott 2 left.
And I just said it
that. Oh, Megan.
in front.
Muscle. Yes, cargo.
I have my expertise.
I said be quiet before I hit you in the head. That's the first thing I learned in French before I took it. Because my stepmom used to say it all the time.
Alright, save it or sit down.
So that we can compare us to two different languages and not.
Still not moving.
I added to the
I just Google it.
changes to the ones that turn out no distance for off-campus events that request travel and lodging.
Yeah.
Or exact address of the,
Yeah.
like, the you can calculate the distance.
Yeah.
Excellent, that's excellent. That is excellent. That is
So you can do
excellent.
exact address and then on the little tab to the side, just
Exact value.
But I'd rather them do that address because I don't trust them to just fudge the distance numbers.
Is there no competition that they're asking for?
Say again.
There's no competitions in
Oh, no, these are all the competitions. It's
So
just
they're
all
called conferences, but because they have a chance to win prizes and place, we are designated as competitions.
Okay.
They're just called a Mama UN conference. because-
Right, but for our end, that matters for what pot it comes out of.
Yeah,
right?
so we're designating them as competitions because they have a
Okay.
chance to
Yeah,
place.
yeah, we move the amounts, right?
But just by the nature of what Mama UN is, it's a group of countries come together to debate. It's known as a conference,
Yeah.
not just like a measure, but we're designated as a competition.
Okay.
Or we can move the amount. Or we can move it on,
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I was the confused part.
Yeah, I was like, why are they not putting in for any competitions? I
Oh,
don't they have
we don't
enough.
have, we moved it on the main question, but not on the round
Oh, whatever did I make a mistake?
R2.
Oh yeah, this should Mama UN should be a competition, not conference.
Yeah, because we had changed it here. We changed it on the request sheet.
Yeah. I was kind of too different. Well, the rest said we know we can zero out conference right now. You want zero.
Makes more sense. Thank you for explaining.
Out of courtesy, keep the door unlocked. How come every time someone's at that door, it doesn't have to go open?
Would it be smart about that I should have done?
I would-
I made it more complicated.
I think there's
Yeah, I just flipped, I just flipped
Yeah,
like
like
a
a
deadlock,
deadlock.
yeah. I flipped the deadlock, so the door moves all the way, so it actually just. It's not big, that's.
forward IPs of
Alright, so,
Okay, so,
registration fees.
Fully
Fully funded. All in favor of fully funding? You don't get a vote.
Oh, yeah.
hey!
Shut down.
Um,
This isn't along with everything else that we've done.
Yeah.
Does it fit in line or is it not?
Yeah.
We just can't fund lodging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And you're gonna be going back
We're gonna go
anyway,
back.
fine.
yeah, so no objections to 30
What's
days.
this for last week?
Bid money.
Eight.
Alright, moving on to
Georgetown National.
Georgetown National Collegiate Security Conference. 12 people going. Do we have an address for this?
It's Georgetown.
Bristol City, VA.
It says it's the same.
What is the Georgetown what?
Yoink.
What is the event called? NS?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Georgetown National Collegiate Security Conference.
No, 12 this time, so the numbers are less, that makes sense.
So I'm doing a lodging.
Correct.
Is this the same thing? Hello?
That's a different thing.
It only looks like the same thing, 'cause it's sort of the same thing, but it's not the same thing.
Good brain. Let's go.
Are there any objections?
Yeah, located at the DoubleTree in Crystal City.
Selection is not very smooth.
Excuse me?
That's what they
Oh,
say.
Crystal City's about to get a big thing, especially with the Amazon H2.
Oh, that's where the headquarters is.
Around
Yeah.
that, yeah.
So it's 95, delegate fee is $95, delegation fee is $75. If they register before July 1st.
So that's 95 times 12.
They should get the money in time.
Yeah, that's the.
Well, when's that meeting?
Just registration
When
again.
is that meeting happening?
Yeah, we still don't know what it's going to
And can-
Is there any like a pin to push it or like maybe y'all should do that?
Oh,
I feel like
we've been
Brenda
started
is
doing
the-
that. There's been action trying to settle for the past, month now. Yeah, that's.
SAFRB.
So,
Yo, what's going on with that?
I have no clue.
And again, if the funds are released to us, I will personally send an email to all the organizations informing them where to place their needs.
I'm a live stream.
Maybe it'll motivate you. Maybe it'll motivate them.
Who's watching?
Like it says.
But there's another.
Hi, Anthony.
Yeah.
No.
You're gonna shout out.
She doesn't know we're on live.
Anthony is with you.
I'm
I'm
gonna do
Anthony.
it on there.
I
Alright, so registration fees at $1,140. Any objections to float budget?
No.
Hearing no objections. Alright, Scott, make note.
Are they both? 3040.
1140.
Yep.
And make sure this is listed under your competition. Gucci. Up next, food court. Yeah, this way, and whether it's staying or you don't have to stay. Yeah, this one too.
Well, who was it to stay?
And if one of them stays, I have to stay as well.
Are you a part of the court?
Yes, but like, but we abstained last week, so it's
I mean, it should be.
yeah,
It's
but
like
I don't,
three.
I think,
Because they will respect the members, so theoretically, they have it.
I've never been part of it.
They've never been part of it. You've never been part of it before? You've never been part of it?
You know, we've been handed on.
You're currently part of it.
Yes.
And
You have.
I've been here with my phone and I'm not that.
You're right.
Invested in it.
Yeah, normally I'd say do just be safe, but if we do that, then we have to have a third meeting for this once.
Well, this board is blank, right? Oh, no, that's not.
Well, they can do it.
No, they even submitted the off-campus ballot, right? Link is not necessary.
This is the American Court Association Regional Tournament.
Location of event is not released yet.
Wait, what?
I think that we solve all the problems because this is not released yet either, so this goes into Sahas and
Yeah.
I feel like we can double check to see if it's released now.
Yeah.
Not that they put it out.
we already did that for the other one.
Yeah, we did.
So this, on the best down note too, is 0.
All of it.
Yeah.
We can still look at college materials. We'll probably zero out for guessing the words.
How big is
Hey, boy.
Sahas.
it? Is it 10%, right? People that are in the local it's 10%. Yes.
There's 17,000 Sahas.
So it was 10%, because I made, yeah, I separated that, I was like, I don't know if it's 10%, but okay.
Yeah, that's 10%. It is.
Plus all the money that rolls back from events.
Yeah, this is also the fall reserve for Sahas. Is Sahas really defined fall reserve? Yeah, it's right.
Because it's 10%.
Spring has all the rollback from having an aspect in the fall though.
Yeah.
So
Well,
All is not being rolled up.
Well, the spent, not the not allocated. Right?
all money.
Alright, so common vision 75. I have no idea. I'm not going to right now, but I feel like since it's not under the contribution cost, they're still doing that.
It's still on the off campus. If they have to re-request for lodging, registration, and travel, they would not be able to submit an additional request for this event if we fund them for the trip.
Here's what it says under the marketing.
Yeah.
Merchandising, we want Common Vision to design a team logo and print t-shirts for recruiting at Development Fest.
Alright, so, well, let's zero up the whole thing then, and that way they can still submit some options. But it's not. Well, it's not gonna be happy with that.
Oh, wow.
Let the record show it's not. So yeah, we're gonna see what.
Musical theater.
Check these, yes, these.
Their small phones.
Scholarship.
That's common vision 250.
Oh, scholarship.
Yep. So, while they're checking the ECS fees, Congress is requesting 300, but the maximum package and maximum funded is 250.
That's why I said.
Are there any objections to fully funding at 250 from Congress? Hearing no objections. ECS fees.
I'd like the same thing on small ball too.
Any objections to repeating the same thing for small ball?
Okay, so your AV is 1890. They have $91 for setup, $175 for the room rental fee. Ticketing staff at 9:30. And security at 4:20.
Why through my
Most groups don't use their sales, that's well, I'm sure her comment about $25 is about, except for that.
No.
Okay.
Any objections to funding ECS fees as listed? Hearing no objections. Moving on to the small fall school, they are requesting ECS fees again.
70 times 33 is 210.
Say again?
Maximum amount of money they can request is 2,310
2,300.
for 70 people.
Yeah, $32, right?
Yep.
So where do we want this one?
Well, so what is the $1,000 in contract?
For the rest of the
Right.
Rest seems very important.
ECS
So
really
they're basically they knocked it off.
Maximum amount they can
Like,
request.
they're-
So I had to be a smaller flat.
Yeah. Even smaller.
Was that number, communicated to the folks like per person cost?
Was it on that one page here, Brenda? The $33 that was on
Was that like?
It's 10.2.
Say again.
Go up with
Right.
the audio visually.
Yeah, so the AV is 1880. And then they have
What is involved?
security, or set up at 500, sorry, and security at 140. And then they have over.
The max you said was
2,300.
20. Well. Fun times. Alright, guys. So, personal opinion, I don't really think it would be formed to a $1,000 contract. So, add there 2,000. I think we should not do that.
I think you should just subtract it from the AV.
Let me pull it up.
Oh, well.
Established by the finance board may have a charge for UMB undergraduate students who are admitted for the following criteria are met. Finance board is providing us with 50% of overall financial expenses for their event, and tickets must be available for purchase by all UMBC undergraduate students.
Yeah, I think the tricky part is like, do they,
What's that?
it's the chicken and, yeah, the chicken and the egg, right? So like,
Is it?
do they have to sell tickets in order to have their event, right? They can't get access to that money. And then you have to, so that it's like, you have to have money to make money, right? So you have to have money in your carry account to put forward to cover your costs, and then you can sell tickets to then make that back.
What's their estimated attendance of these?
I think you should sell tickets at 50%.
Yeah, so they say that their estimated attendance is 70 UMBC community, 40 off campus. So 70. And they're doing, they're having this in the skylight but their costs are, like that room rental fee cost, like that kind of stuff, like is up because they're getting pipe and drape put in there, and sound and lighting, which that space isn't like made for, so that's probably bumping up their costs. Like, yeah, that pipe and drape. So.
I'll leave it to you guys to decide in terms of what cuts do you want to make.
And they don't have any contract fee information on their form here.
That's been put in the contract.
And if we give them the maximum amount from ECS, they can do a reallocation request if they wanna change it or give some money back so that they can so whatever they want to do.
Yeah. Well, even if we give them max in ECS, that's over what we're allowed to give them. It stands contract, ECS is 27.
What was the max?
23.
2310. And you said they can charge tickets if they don't get 50% of these?
They get 50%.
Less than 50% of
Which means we would have to
Even
fund
if we fund
them
them
at
2310, it's more than 50.
Yeah, we'd have to fund them at $2,000 or $2,010 in order for them to be
Or
eligible.
2019.
I don't know if they want to, but if, like, I don't know if they want to charge people, like, right, like,
That's the issue, obviously. Because they fully understand the cost of values, we have to make that decision in terms of, do we want to give them the option to take it, in which case we have to find a way to lower down costs, go at $2,000 or $2,010, or
I think they could do that with a reallocation request if they wanted to, but we give them the maximum we can now, and then they can do a reallocation request if they're liaison if they want to take it, saying we want less than 50% funded for tickets, or if they can.
they wanna give you back money, because we wanna charge tickets.
Or they can make their event smaller.
And
Go
keep
bigger
in mind
space.
that like the ticketing thing, they're not guaranteed that money in order to cover the costs.
yeah. So two options on the state board to fund that $2,010, which would allow them for ticketing, or fund them to the maximum that we can, and then kind of
that'd
have
be-
other options from there.
They might also have money in there.
Carry over.
Yeah. That would they do it from the donation, from their first on-campus event.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll put it to a vote. All in favor of funding at 2010, which is 50%, please raise your hands now. All in favor of funding them to the max that we can, please raise your hands now. So decide where do we want to make our cuts? Not that it really matters.
And Common Vision and then ECS. I'm gonna be asking Dave to treat ECS as a lump sum, but not fund any like damage expenses or anything like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I don't think the individual lines matter as much. And if we ask for it to sign off on it next year, it make a lot more sense too.
So I want to do math of
Well, what is?
2720
Yeah,
minus
what's
2350.
The what?
Maybe do it as a
27,
percentage.
20 minus?
Minus 2310.
2310.
410.
How much?
410.
Is that the budget is as of now? Are there any objections?
Wait,
Yeah, 15 minutes.
that's good.
Alright, Scott, total is 2310 plus 3665.
Did we do the reversing math?
2310 plus
3665.
Yep.
Alright, so student association, this should theoretically be our last one before we break for lunch.
I'll be abstaining.
First time is there main event? Called main event? Requesting course from ECS, can you check it out? $200 for common vision materials, are there any objections?
Nope. DJ looks good too.
200 times 12?
So every time 12. Keep doing that, keep doing that.
2400.
Yeah.
2400.
200 times 12, you got 24.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not mad. Alright, so the max that we can fund food and drink is 24. So, are there any objections to fully funding food and drink as stated?
No.
Alright,
Where it's fine.
dining ware, 200. Are there any objections?
I don't think they're even getting coffee and
Okay. Any objections? 200 dining ware.
No.
300 decorations. Any objections? Hearing no objections. DCS is ready.
They don't have anything, those numbers are made up.
Wait,
Like,
what?
those aren't real numbers.
300, 300,
Oh,
yeah.
crap.
Those aren't real
Yeah.
numbers. I don't know where they got those numbers from.
So,
Wait, what?
are there any
They're not
objections
real
to
numbers.
fully funding ECS fees as written?
If they ain't real,
I mean, at this point, that's what we've been doing.
Yeah,
They're
then
all
you can
real.
give them the benefit of the doubt, and then
But they've been going off like last year.
Yeah, so-
300, 300.
what's gonna happen is for each of the subcategories on request, until ECS makes just a lump sum fee, it's gonna be we approve it, and then if housekeeping ends up costing like $280, then that $20 is gonna go back.
Have they had this event before?
No idea.
Does ECS good quotes?
yes.
For estimate.
Main event.
Says every semester, the annual table's the main event.
Yeah,
Already
we
just
just
talked
talked
to Fred
about
about it.
themed.
It's like this is our main event.
Yeah. But it's like,
Oh, last year they did something called Seeking Solace. Which was it was a fall lecture. So,
That's what this is.
their lecture.
It's a lecture.
I'm looking at what they did last year. They, setup was, well, AV was 289, setup was 283, security was 340, market, yeah, housekeeping was 310, ticket staff was 195. Yeah, so just like rounding up and rounding down.
Close them
So they are based on something.
Yes, they are based on something.
They're not just AV.
But yeah, yeah, so.
Top of the state.
I mean, you never.
It just looks weird, like 300, 300, 300, 300.
Yeah.
Like, those
So-
are not numbers ECS can do.
Are there any objections to fully funding ECS fees as written?
What is the
No.
sum for last?
The total was 2617,
Oh.
because they had a $1,000 speaker contract.
Speaking of which, we still have that contract.
Very well.
That's only 500 this time. Got all your minutes. So are there any objections to funding the standard ECS fees as requested?
Nope.
Hearing no objections. 300. 200. Contract for 500. Do you know what the contract's about or what it was last?
It was a $1,000 speaker contract. So they do a lecture, it looks like every year.
So chance of this 500 is supposed to be. Are there any objections? Or does it say?
Is there,
It doesn't say who, it just says.
Yeah, that's
So it is a speaking contract.
right, but you don't need to know who, do you?
No.
I mean, I'm just curious.
Oh, you're just like, should I put it on camera?
Alright, are there any objections to fully funding the contract?
No.
Yeah.
Hearing no objections?
And does this total fall within your range for per person?
We have
200
200
people.
200 people?
Yeah,
Okay.
Perfect, I didn't know how many people.
Alright, potluck. They're requesting $50 in room rental fee. I move to bring it down to 25. Are there any objections?
I think it's in Harvard.
It doesn't say.
It
So
wouldn't
it's
have
we only need to fund utensils and decorations and possibly room fees if we decide to hold it in the skylight room. Which is-
Well, if they decide not to, that money comes right back to us.
Yeah, if they do it, if
How
they
much
do it
is
in,
skylight?
if they do it in Skylight, they're gonna be told they can't do it.
Yeah. but that's on them to find out.
Correct?
Any objections to $100 in decorations?
No.
Hearing no objections. Any objections to $100 in dining room? Hearing no objections. All right. Adjustment 2, round tables discussion. Requesting just $100 in food and drink.
For what? Roundtables?
Yeah, 3 times a semester, talk about a topic relevant to Islam and our lives. Usually something that is somewhat controversial.
Wait, what event is this?
These are round.
On campus?
They
I
have
mean,
a-
we would love to go to this.
I don't think it's your type of thing.
Are there any objections to funding food and drink for this event at $100?
Wait, so this is a weird.
What is it, like a series?
Yeah, it's roundtables, like,
Three
let's
times
talk
as
about this. Let's talk about that.
Like, let's all gather in this room right here and talk about why climate change is destroying America.
Roundtables, yes, roundtables are more like everyone's
Just America.
involved in talking
Everyone's involved in the
versus
debate.
like a panel or a lecture.
Not just one.
Send it.
Hearing no objections. Next on-campus event,
Zero.
general body meeting.
No.
Zero.
Wait.
It's not long.
All right, we have time to do one more before we ran. So Scott, 5,000.
Hold up.
Yeah, you're right, I like
No.
tried to work on this.
5,000.
Plus
225. Plus
100.
100.
Yeah, it's not.
So 5,225.
Like later, it's not.
Oh, no. You missed the
Like,
zero.
can we hold, can we?
National
Okay.
Weird Canadian state.
Okay. It's like,
Before we give $43,000 away, that's what we're.
What do you think was next?
I thought.
Yeah.
First one back from lunch will be Nesby.
It's a big request.
I don't think I'd get much love.
All right,
We're
now
gonna see more than our entire.
No one can
campus
stay
budgets.
Okay.
So, room rental fee is $100.
Where are you trying to have this?
But we don't know.
The IU Listen campaign.
Lecture hall 1 or sports zone.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna be $100.
How much would Sports Zone be?
Audio.
It would be an audio fee, like, if that could be up, basic audio package is $90.
Like,
We got 50.
And audio visual, but there's not gonna be $100 room rental fee.
So room rental, is everyone okay with moving it down to 25?
Is it 25?
Yeah, that's the max.
Yeah, they don't have anything.
For NH1
confirmed.
or sports zone. The only additional ways that goes up is if they have, like Candace said,
Dining type and trade.
yeah, like extra rentals. So like chairs, tables, decorations, that type of thing.
All right, and then audio visual $50. Any objections? Hearing no objections. All right.
To your question about sports zone, like, say, if the group is like, we don't want these metal tables, take them out, we want rounds, then that would be an extra.
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez. We don't want these tables here. Get
Yeah.
your hands on us.
Yes.
50 rushing us.
This is not
Sweet
sweet.
question.
All right, next on campus event is Nami's Winter Wonderland. They are 75 people. What's 75 times 12?
Swap.
What is how many people?
75. And they're requesting nothing but $800 for food.
$900.
So they are safe. Any Are there any objections to fully funding food and drink as is?
For the
No.
time being.
Yeah, for the time being, no.
Alright, hearing no objections. Scott,
Oh, I was about to shut down.
$875. Up next, Nesby, but
No.
considering how disgusting Nesby looks.
No, they don't
look disgusting.
Excuse me. It is a very large.
It's about a high number that is there. We're gonna bring lunch.
Yeah.
Nancy,
Can you turn off the live stream, please?
Yeah, before I incriminate myself and pull a Damien.
Wait, what?
In pure Daniel style.
Yeah, are we?